Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday. I think it's Monday. Hey, you guys. I'm sorry I'm late. I was trying to get my lights fixed, but it's all right. I'll get it figured out. I'll get it figured out later on. So, this past weekend, we got to see another episode of Sister Wives. This is season 17 episode. I think it's 4, and it's called The Last Family Gathering. It may be episode 5. Either way, the title of this one is The Last Family Gathering, and it's because Christine threw a party for Isabel, who is graduating high school. Also, it's soon to be her 18th birthday, so she just threw everything into. Are you guys seeing me? Can you guys see me? She just threw the parties into one graduation party and a birthday party. Let me tell Sean that. Am I blurry to you guys? Because I see on my end it says that it's not picking up enough. So, you guys let me know if you guys can see me. Sean, hold on. I'm so sorry. Hey, Trisha. Hey. Okay, you guys, I'm going to call Sean. Our kids are out of school this week for their fall break, and they're probably all on the Wi-Fi, so we need to get them all off the Wi-Fi. I'm so sorry. Y'all give me just a second. Hey, I need to talk to your dad. Y'all give me just a second, because if I don't get him to boot everybody off, it'll probably keep doing this. Hey, Honey Badger. Trisha, welcome to the family. My top says Tigerette, Mom. Because Paris. That's what they call the dance line girls. They call them Tigerettes. So it says Tigerette, Mom. And I guess you could say, like, our mascot is the Tigers. So the boys are Tigers, the girls are Tigerettes. So Tigerette, Mom. Tiger and Tigerette, Mom. Come on, Eli. I'm so sorry. I'll cut all this out on the replay. Eli, can you get Daddy on the phone, please? Yay, Trisha! Hey, babe. My channel, when I first got on the live stream, it was buffering. Your phone's dead. Can you just make sure everybody is on the Wi-Fi in the back suddenly and not the AT&T? Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, Destiny. Thank you. Okay, hopefully that'll help. Usually, the kids are not here. They're at school, but they're out for their fall break. It's the last party. Christine, the party planner. She is always planning the parties, entertaining food. Robin, Mary, and Janelle need to step up their party game if they want any more parties. I know, right? Don't forget LSU. Oh, definitely not going to forget LSU. But our high school is the Tigers, so it's kind of, the Tiger fan. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead. I'm going to do a quick recap, and I also have some little videos that I'm going to do off of this episode. I'm going to do some pre-recorded videos strictly off of this episode because there's some things that I want to talk directly about as far as, like, the kids speaking on the separation, Cody and Christine's kids. All of them seemingly happy over the fact that their mom is choosing to leave Cody. Like, they all have their own little confessionals, like Mackenzie and Isabel, and even Tony is like, it was inevitable. And they're like, we're very happy to see that she's leaving him. Really wild. So it starts off with Cody opening up about he and Christine's divorce, and he says that he's struggling. He says that he's struggling through this process of getting a divorce. And it's even made him feel distant from the other sister wives. Let me see if I can find. So that's how it starts off, him in a confessional saying, I'm even struggling with my other wives, like as far as like me and Robin, I'm feeling distant from everyone because yeah, I don't know really, but that's what he's saying. Um, then we see Janelle and Cody meeting up outside of Janelle's house. She has like 6 weeks to be out of this house because they're selling the house, you know. Now she bought a fifth wheel, an RV that she's gonna live in on Coyote Pass, because she's not gonna have a place to live in 6 weeks. She says that she looked for rental properties. She could have bought the house, but if she would have spent the money buying the house, then it would have tied up her finances to where when it came time to build on Coyote Pass, she wouldn't have had that option, right? So she made the decision to buy a fifth wheel, just take it out to Coyote Pass, park it, live there. The thing is, they don't have a truck strong enough to pull this fifth wheel. He reminds me of a washed up, has-been old rock star, like Bret Michaels, kind of. I mean, Bret Michaels has some good music. But when I see him, I don't know. That's the vibe I get. But probably one of my favorite songs is Every Rose Has Its Thorn. I like that song. But Bret, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're a rock star and you turn into, like, rap star turned reality TV star looking for love, like, I didn't even know who Flavor Flav was until he did, that, like, VH1 Looking for Love show, you know, and I'm like, that's the sign, I think, when you have to start doing reality television, and you were Raymond Noodlehead, I know, right? Hey. My son always says that because my son's got really curly hair. My son has a perm, though. 3 of my boys got perms, so their hair looks like ramen noodles. So anyways, so the issue is they bought this fifth wheel, but they don't have a way to pull this fifth wheel because none of their vehicles are strong enough to pull the fifth wheel. So now it's like, we got to buy a truck to pull the fifth wheel. Cody's brother passed some time ago. I actually didn't even know that he had a brother that passed. I don't remember that happening. But he says that past Christmas, you know, he saw his brother's widow, and he told her, like, if you ever want to sell my brother's truck, get in touch with me because I would like to buy it. Well, it just so happens that they're in need of a truck, and the widow reached out and was like, hey, I want to sell your brother's truck, so I want to give you first dibs on the truck. So he bought the truck. And it is like this big, like 1-ton dually type of situation. It is a bigger style truck where it looks like it definitely could, you know, pull the fifth wheel. So anyways, Cody tells us that he's bought the truck because Janelle obviously needs a truck to haul the fifth wheel. He ended up buying his brother's truck that passed away. Robin in the confessional says, we didn't need to buy a truck. Like, they say that we needed to buy a truck to haul the fifth wheel, but no, you don't need to buy a truck. And I'm like, can you rent a truck? Can you rent a truck? Can you rent something to haul, like a fifth wheel? I don't know. Or you could borrow something. You don't have to. I guess you don't have to buy a truck, right? So anyways, Cody, when he's sitting there talking to Janelle, he's like, here's the thing. We needed a fifth wheel to pull. We needed a big truck to pull your fifth wheel, but I don't need it for anything else. I'm like, I really don't like having equipment that I don't really need. I mean, we'll need it, you know, every 120 days to move your fifth wheel, but we're not going to need it for anything else. And he says, I really just don't like having equipment that I don't really use that often. And she says, well, I can use it. Like, I'll drive if you want me to. You can rent anything you want for the right price. See, that's what I was thinking. Do you feel like he wanted to buy a big truck, but Robin wouldn't allow him to? More than likely. More than likely. Yes, please remember to change from top chat to a live chat, you guys. Yes, you guys, please hit the like button and make sure, if you're watching on replay, leave a comment in the algorithm. You guys, YouTube has really been messing me over. Like, my videos are not getting promoted. People are not getting notifications, and my channel is literally like right now. I don't even know why. Mom was about the same. She was jealous. Yeah. They could have rented a truck. They did not need to buy a truck. Okay. So, Janelle is like, well, I'll drive this truck then, since you don't like having equipment that you don't really use and you don't want to drive it, I'll drive it. And then he says, I don't want my brother's truck to turn into to be worn out over some soccer mom activities. Basically, like, no, I don't want you to wear it out. I don't want you driving around wearing it out on your like soccer mom, whatever. And she's like, well, don't tell me about a problem if you don't want me to try to solve it. You're sitting here griping about the fact that you're not going to want to, that you don't have use for this. I'll drive it. And in a confessional, Janelle says, like, I don't know how to drive a truck like this, but I figure I can manage. Like, I can figure it out. And she says that her daughter has a truck, that, you know, a big truck like that, and she drives it all over town like a boss. So she's like, if she can, I can. And then Robin says that it would be funny seeing Janelle, like, all over Flagstaff, driving that big truck around, you know. You can't access comments now? What do you mean? A fifth wheel is a camper. It's like this big camper. I'll show you. My kids are going to be mad at me. Yeah, babe. I'm going to laugh. Oh, you brought me something to eat? Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'll show you guys what's... I'll actually show you the exact one that we're talking about. All right, so there's the fifth wheel that we're talking about. I guess it has 5 wheels. I really don't know why they call it a fifth wheel. I know, like, big trucks, they call them 18-wheelers, and they, like, legit have 18 wheels. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe it has 5 wheels. I'm not really sure. But it's a camper. That's what we call them out here, a camper. What's the big deal with driving a big truck? I don't know, because, like, my senior year, I drove, like, a jacked up Z71 to school. It was my mom's. And then I learned to drive on a manual, you know, a stick shift truck. So, I don't know. I don't think it's any more difficult to drive them. I mean, they're bigger, so they're more difficult to park, but, you know, whatever. So, anyways, Robin's like, I can just see Janelle all over, you know, driving all over Flagstaff in this big truck or whatever. And she says it would be really funny because I've heard that Janelle, like, struggles to drive, like, smaller vehicles, let alone bigger vehicles. YouTube has really been messing up a lot. It really has. Over the weekend, it demonetized everyone. Literally, over the weekend, YouTube demonetized everyone. They took videos off of some people's channels. They took, like, all the monetization off of all of my vehicles, Wildflower, all of her vehicle, all of, not vehicles, all of my videos, all of her videos. She was like, she tweeted, she was like, is anyone else, like, having issues where YouTube is, like, not monetizing any of their content? And I'm like, yeah, me too. Thankfully, it got fixed, but it was really weird. Back to the recap. So, after that, they're talking about how they got to start this process to prepare her to move. Cody tries to figure out where they're going to put his things, because at this point, Christine has already kicked him out. You know, the things that he had at her house, she boxed them up, and he took them wherever. Mary, he no longer has anything at Mary's house. In a confessional, Christine says, you know, when we lived in Vegas, we all lived right there in that little cul-de-sac, but he had clothes at every one of our houses. Like, he didn't pack a bag to go to each wife's house. He just went, and he had anything that he needed. So she said, considering that he doesn't have clothes at my house, he doesn't have clothes at Mary's house, now he's not going to have room to have anything at Janelle's house, really. You know, where is he going to pack his things? And she's like, really? It's none of my concern. I really don't care where he puts his things, you know? But Cody's like, well, I got to figure out what to do. And he says, I don't want to put my things in storage. He's like, I really don't want to put it in storage. So essentially, I think he comes to the conclusion that he's going to have to put his things in Robin's house, which she's got a big enough house, so I don't see why not. I found out that Cody is a hoarder. Is he, like, legit a hoarder? Like, legit? That would be wild. I'm like, if you want to be a hoarder, you better build your own house. You are not about to hoard up my house, okay? No way, Jose. In a confessional, Robin says that she knows that Cody is not going to like living on the property because there's nothing there. She's like, I know it won't take him long to realize that he don't like it because you're just going to open the door to like nothing. This big plot of land. There is nothing there. And I'm like, and aren't y'all all supposed to live there? He hoards wives. He hoards his wives. Ain't that right? But essentially it's like, but y'all are all planning on moving there and building there where there will be nothing there but your houses at first until you guys start making it like, you know, a little home and start planting your gardens and, you know, bringing your trampolines and la-di-da-di-da. But she's like, yeah, he's not going to like it there because there's literally nothing there. So after that, Janelle and Cody meet up to discuss the process of getting the land prepped because it's nothing but land. There is no hookups for electricity. There's no piping for like sewage or nothing like that. So they have to go figure out, you know, where they're going to start with this. And to even figure that out, they got to figure out where the fifth wheel will be parked. So Cody says they need to go to the property to figure out where the fifth wheel will go. She agrees and says that they have to move the fifth wheel every 120 days. She's like, yeah, we really need to go look. That way we can figure out where it's going to initially go. And also because I do have to move it every 120 days. So basically there is to stay within the city or the county ordinance, you have to move the trailer every 120 days. According to the city ordinance, you can only keep an RV or trailer on your property for 120 days. So she will have to move it every 120 days to stay within the county code. Essentially, you can basically say, oh, like, then it's considered like a dwelling. Like, there was actually somebody, like my neighbor, this happened. So people that live behind us, they have a brick house, and then they have an RV parked in their driveway. Well, they let their son live in that RV for a little bit. Well, the county showed up knocking on the door and was like, he can't live there because there can only be one dwelling on this property. For it to be considered two, you have to file for certain permits and do things, you know. So he could stay there, obviously, a certain amount of time, but after that, it's considered that he is living there and that is his place of permanent residency. And then things have to be, happen for that to happen. So basically, to stay within the county code and not break any laws, she has to move and pay more taxes, move every 120 days, which they have the land for it. It's not like they don't have the land for it. They do. But she's got to have like electricity and stuff like that. So how that's going to be put into there, if they could, they would have already built, right? So anyways, they're going to go figure out where they're going to initially put it, how the driveway is going to go. They got to put in, what's it called? I know I wrote it down somewhere, but they got to put in these big things under the ground to drain like rain so they don't get like washed out. So like the driveway doesn't get washed out, or like the rain doesn't like go down to the RV. I'll think of it in a minute. But anyways, so basically, she's like, it may end up on someone else's property. Cody tells her to talk to the other sister wives to make sure she can park the RV on their property. Culvert, thank you so much. Hey, Zen. Yes, a culvert is what I was thinking of. So anyways, I would love to live in a tiny house, like maybe when me and Sean, it's just us. But then I'm like, I think I'm going to be the type of grandma that's going to want my kids over all the time. So I don't know. So anyways, Cody tells her you need to talk to the other sister wives to make sure they're okay with you putting your RV on their property, which irritates Janelle. She's like, why do I got to talk to them? Like, we've already talked about this. Like, they know I'm putting my RV on the property. They're not out there. They're not even getting started with their property. Their property is just property. What does it matter if I got to park my RV on their property for 120 days? So she's irritated. She's like, they've already agreed to this plan. They know about the plan. So I don't know why I need to talk to them. And she says, she's like, I don't have a lot of time. Like, I have 6 weeks and I have to be out. Like, so my RV has to be on that property, you know? Then Mary comes through and Mary's like, what if I don't want a RV pad on my property? But I'm like, here's Janelle set up right here, right after she moved out there. I don't think they ever put any form of like a pad to say, like, yes, they cleared the land out through there, but as far as like a cement pad, like, you know, if you get like a double wide or a triple wide, you have to have like, I think you have to have like a concrete slab underneath it, I think. So that's what I was thinking at first when Mary said that. Like, what if I don't want an RV pad, you know, on my property? And I was like, well, okay, yeah, I could get that. I could get if you don't want like this concrete slab on your property, that then you're going to have to either break up or leave it there. I know, B. I know. I know. Me and Sean always talk about, like, you know, when it's just us, like, are we going to have a smaller house? Will that be when we get our very, very nice house? Because with kids, there's no point. Hey, Denisa. Oh, let's do another subscription. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Denisa. I sure will. I'll email you. Well, that's the thing. Mary says that too. Mary's like, from my understanding, we couldn't even do anything on this property until it was paid for. So she's like, I didn't even know we could do anything at all. So I'm kind of confused on why they're even talking about this, you know? I'll email you, Denisa. Thank you so much, Denisa, for that. So Mary is. She's like, I don't know if I want an RV pad on my property. And I'm like, what pad though? I don't know. Maybe. That's why Mary will always be alone. If you can't share space, you're not using. I know, I'm like, nobody's using it, you know, so whatever. So anyways, Cody in a confessional says that he is not going to ask his wives. In a confessional, Cody's like, it's not my responsibility to like touch bases with the other wives and make sure they're okay with her parking her RV on their property. So I'm not going to do it. That's going to have to be up to her. And I'm like, see, Cody, this is what makes you irritating. Like, for your wife, you could. You could be like, hey, you know what, Janelle? I know you got a lot going on. You're trying to figure out all this stuff with the RV. You're trying to pack your big house into now this tiny house. You're putting things into storage. You're packing. So you know what? I'll at least talk to Robin. I can talk to Robin. I mean, if he talks to Robin, more than likely, you know, Robin could be cool with it. He could do that, but he won't even. He's always like, anything that's to help. He's like, nope, can't do that, you know. And I'm like, you could have though. You could have, you know. So in the confessional, he says he's not going to ask his sister wives. It's not his responsibility. Janelle says that they have had this property for 3 years and nothing has been done. So she says they can just sit around and like talk about another meeting. Hey, let's make another meeting. Let's meet again to talk about the property. She's like, but not me. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm moving forward with it. She's like, I'm ready to do what I need to do. I have to be out of my house in 6 weeks. So I'm putting my fifth wheel on that property. And she even said, like, I plan to break ground, you know, building in the next few months. I think she said like the winter time, which she does have plans to build like a smaller house at first. I think she said it would be like a garage on the bottom, house up top, just to get her out of the RV, you know. I just read your message. D. So, anyways, Cody, in a confessional, says that he thinks buying the RV was a big mistake. He's like, yeah, I think buying the RV is a big mistake. Like, we don't even know what we have to do to make it to where she can live in this RV on the property. Having to move it every 120 days is going to be just a big inconvenience. And I don't think I'm going to like living there. So he's like, I think it was a big mistake. She stayed there summer 2021, but she didn't stay in the RV this past summer. Yeah, I remember like when she brought it out, and then I remember like a couple months later, you know, her posting with the RV leaving, and I still don't think she's built anything on the property, to my knowledge. Now, Mary says, like I said, she says she don't even know why they're even talking about this because nothing can be done on the property until it's paid off as far as she knows. Christine, in her confessional, she's like, I want nothing to do with the property. It's theirs. It's not mine. I have no plans for the property. I care about none of it. Cody and Janelle then meet up at the property with some people to talk about like the dirt work and the culverts that got to be built so they could drain the water away from the RV. Then Cody says that there is a method to Janelle's madness. For some reason, I wrote Coyote instead of Cody. Then Coyote says there's a method to Janelle's madness that may be her wanting to get out there, you know, is going to help them to kind of drive everyone else to go ahead and do what they need to do to get started, you know, building out there. He's like, you know, maybe there's a method to her madness. And it may speed along the process for everyone, but he doesn't know if it's good to push people into something that they are not ready for. Oh, thank you, Trisha. So, no, she's not living out there right now. This was like 2021, I think. Wasn't this like 2021, you guys? So she lived there a few months and then moved. I guess when she maybe found a place to rent. I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll see that in next season, you know. So, Mary, we see Mary, and it has been 4 weeks since she lost her sweet mom, Miss Bonnie, and it was pretty unexpected. Bonnie had been doing fine, got sick, and just a few days into being sick, she passed away. So Mary is at the bed and breakfast. She is like filming herself, and she is struggling. She says that, you know, this was very unexpected. Her mom's clothes were still laying on the bed, almost like, you know, maybe her mom had put her clothes out for the day, just laid them on the bed, and then she unfortunately passed. So she said when she got there, her mom's clothes was still laid on the bed, like waiting for her. And she said she hasn't even moved them, that she can't make herself pick her mom's clothes up to put them away. She says it's been difficult knowing what to do since losing her mom. She said that she spoke to Cody about her uncertainty with the Airbnb. It's been shut down. So her mom died. Her mom ran the Airbnb. Her mom lived there. She said ever since her mom passed away, it's just been shut down because she don't know what to do with it, you know. Cody told Mary just to move to the Airbnb so she could live there and run it. Mary kind of laughs and said, that is not what I was, you know, thinking. That's not what I was expecting. Robin, in a confessional, takes up for Cody, saying that he thinks out loud at times, and she is sure that he didn't mean it in a rude way. She feels that Cody was just misunderstood with what he said to Mary. Now, mind you, Mary's mom dies. So she's talking to Cody. She's like, I don't know what to do. Like, you know, I don't know what to do with the Airbnb. Like, I don't know what to do. My mom passing. And he's like, well, why don't you just move down there and run it yourself? And she's like, what? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Denisa. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Troll Trauma, Run with Scissors, Sally Jones, Honey Badger, and May Saney, Mom of 6. Wait, you are already a member, Mom of 6. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you so much, Denisa. So May, Troll Trauma, Run with Scissors, Sally Jones, and Honey Badger. You guys were just gifted memberships by Denisa. Thank you so much, Denisa. That was so kind of you. Thank you. Also, new members, we do have a Discord. I will put the link to the Discord in a community tab that will be strictly for you guys to see. Anybody that's a member that's not in that Discord, on the community tab after this live stream, there will be a community tab that I'll post with the link to the Discord so you guys can come into the Discord. Also, we are reading Jeanette McCurdy's new book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Tonight, we'll do another live where we pick back up on this book. Thank you so much, Denisa. That is so awesome for you to do that. So basically, Mary is struggling. You know, she needs someone to run the Airbnb, but she never bought that Airbnb with the intent for her to live there. And that's always been known. So when Cody was like, well, why don't you live there? You know, why don't you move there and live there and run it yourself? Now, mind you, the Airbnb is in Utah. They live in Arizona. I was supposed to say Arkansas. I'm getting them and the Duggars mixed up. I could see that as a man, Cody was trying to fix her problem, not to listen to her she needed. She was asking for something. Right. See, Sean does that a lot. Sean used to do it more. He doesn't do it as much now. But when he worked off and he would call home and I would be like complaining about a problem, I really just wanted him to listen to me vent, and he would want to fix it. He would be like, "We'll do this," and I'd be like, "No." Like, I'll figure out a way to fix it and I'll figure it out on my own. But I just need you to like tell me that I'm not crazy and this bothering me, you know? Bye, Ian. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Um, so anyways, Robin is like, oh, he just thinks out loud. I think he's misunderstood. I think he's misunderstood. He was just trying to process what Mary was telling him and trying to figure out a way to fix the problem. Now, I do think it could be one of those things, like with my husband, your wife tell you a problem, you want to fix it. But I also do think that it could be due to, is it Lane or Ian? Why was I looking at that as a capital I? Or maybe it's a lowercase L. I don't know. But for Cody, I do think it could be the fact that he has no relationship with Mary. And he says that later on. He says, like, hey, listen, I don't have a relationship with Mary. We don't ever see each other. Sherry, I can't see what you're talking about. Um, Sean or Destiny, see what Sherry's talking about. She said, delete my two lady post, please. I can't do it. So anyways, she says he was just trying to figure out a way to fix a problem. That's what Robin says. All the wives speak in a confessional, basically saying, listen, we've all known that she's never wanted to live in the Airbnb. Like, we all knew that when she bought that Airbnb, it was not for her to ever live there. It was, for like them to have that as a source of income. But it was never with the intent for her to live there. So they're shocked that Cody would even say that. Mary, in a video confessional, says that she told Cody that was never the plan for her to live there and that he looked shocked. She's like, he's known that. Everybody's known that was never a plan for me to live there. But when I told him, he seemed shocked. Thank you so much, Gabe. Thank you. I could not imagine my husband telling me to move states away. I'm like, what? Mary says that she started this family. She says at the beginning it was just him and her. And she says it was just me and him, and he loved me. She thinks that he believes that she bought this place to one day leave him and get away. And she said that saddens her. She's like, when I bought the place, I made sure I told everyone it was to not leave. It was not for me to ever leave the family. But I do think that's what Cody thinks. I think that Cody thinks that the reason I bought this place was for me to one day have a place to go, to leave, and that's not what it is. And the fact that I think that maybe he does in fact think that, it saddens me. Mary says for anyone in their family that thinks that the place was bought for her to leave, that is not true, and she does not want them to think that. She also talks about how she wishes the family could work on healing and making amends rather than just leaving. Where did I... Now, Cody does say, he's like, listen, it's no secret that me and Mary do not have much of a relationship. Cody said, as a family, he and Mary don't interact much. He said he wasn't trying to push her away, but he was trying to find a solution for her. He said it wasn't intentional. It wasn't to hurt her, but we don't interact. It's not like she, I don't go stay with her. Her house is not like my house. It was mainly, I was trying to find a solution for her. I feel like my camera is off. I cleaned my office this weekend, you guys, and I feel like I really got my camera like so off. Sorry. So Mary says that she wished the family would work on healing and making amends rather than people trying to leave. He doesn't stay at, no, he does not stay at Mary's at all. Mary says with everything going on, she feels lost, she feels empty, and like she has a lot of things that she needs to figure out, and she just really don't know how to go about even starting to figure anything out. Um, Now, Janelle and Cody, they go to see the RV that Janelle has purchased. They go on this little road trip to, look at the RV. And she has not seen the RV yet, right? So they are filming this from their phones, of course. When they get there, Cody is like, well, actually, before they get there, they're in the car and he's got the phone and he's like, we're going to look at the RV that Janelle bought. And he's like, this is her birthday gift because Janelle's birthday is coming up. And he's like, this is Janelle's birthday gift. And Janelle's like, no, it's not. I bought this. In a confessional, she's like, I don't know why Cody is making it out like he bought this RV for me for my birthday, but he definitely did not. I bought this RV. Then it flips over to Cody and he's laughing. He's like, I never said I bought it for her birthday. I never even insinuated that I bought it for her birthday. I was basically just saying like, she got it for herself for her birthday. It's such a large purchase. Her birthday is coming up. So I was basically just saying, like, she got it for herself for her birthday, right? He's like, I never meant for it to sound like I was saying I got it for her. Anyways, they get to the RV park, and Cody is filming with the phone, and Janelle does not want him to. She's like, cut the phone off, cut the phone off. I think it's because she's worried that she's going to walk up and it's not going to be what she intended. And that she's going to be embarrassed, obviously, that she decided to make this purchase without even seeing the fifth wheel. And she says in a confessional, she's like, these are all the things you don't do during a transaction. Like, you never buy something without seeing it, and that's what I did, So she does not want him filming. So they don't film when they first walk up to see the fifth wheel. But once they see the fifth wheel, and they get inside the fifth wheel, they actually do film the inside of the fifth wheel. And it is a nice camper. And it's so funny because Janelle was like, it's big. It's massive. I mean, you have to walk up 3 steps to get inside of it. She's like, I'm so glad it's so big because, me and my daughter, we got to live here. So I'm so glad that it's so big. And then it flips to Cody. He's like, it's small. It's tiny. He's like, I mean, it may look a little big, but that's just because she don't have anything in here yet. Once she starts moving all of her things in here, then she's going to realize how tiny it is. And then he's really like, yeah, I don't know if I want to live in here with her because it's so tiny. In a confessional, Cody says that he doesn't think any of his other wives would ever want to live in a camper like this. And we see Robin, and she's like, yeah, no, I don't think I could ever live in a camper because there's not one big enough for my kids. She's like, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. That's my excuse. And then Mary's like, I would never live in a camper. I might would stay in one while camping, but I would never live in a camper. But this is like a fun little adventure for Janelle. Like, Janelle obviously likes these type of things, So anyways, Christine, then we see Christine that she's getting ready to throw Isabel a graduation / 18th birthday party. Robin, in the confessional, worries that things will be kind of weird, kind of awkward. Robin worries that things may be tense at the party, considering that Christine is leaving, and she just told everyone not too long ago that she was leaving. Christine and the girls are getting ready for the party. They're decorating. Cody calls Isabel as they're decorating for the party, and he asks Isabel if she would like to hang out before this party gets started, which frustrates Christine because Christine's like, there's a lot of decorating that needs to be done. I bought a ton of decorations, and Isabel was going to help me decorate, but now he's invited her to go hang out, which irritates me. Why couldn't he call me and say, hey, Christine, is there anything I could do to help you get ready for this party? Rather than take my kid away, who I was going to help me or whatever. She's like, but I'm trying to be supportive of their relationship. So I didn't say anything, but I'm really frustrated that rather than coming here and helping us, he's taken away somebody that is helping me. So I really feel like, this party's not going to be ready in time. I do not live in Arkansas. I live in Louisiana. Christine does say that this party is going to be really special because everyone is vaccinated or everyone has been tested, so they can actually hug. This will be the first party in a while where everyone will be there and they can actually hug. And she says that's what Isabel really wanted, was to have all her family there and to be able to actually hug them, you know? Um, Christine says she is unsure of what kids actually know about her leaving Cody. Like, she knows that her kids know all except Truly. But as far as like the other wives' kids, she's unsure of who knows. She says in a confessional that she knew it was a lot to ask the other wives to come to this party just 2 weeks after telling them that she was leaving the family. She said she knew that was a lot, but it's important that they come because this will be the last time that they do get together as a family. She's like, I know this. This will be the last time that we are together as a family. Uh, Janelle says that her kids do know about it. And the boys are like, fine. They're like already making plans to go visit Christine once she moves back to Utah. Like, to them, it's not a problem. It's just like kind of, what did she say? She said it in a way that made sense. Like, it's not a problem. It's just kind of an inconvenience because now they have to go travel to see Christine, but they're already talking about doing that, so they're good with it. They're already planning their visits. Robin, she says that she's told her kids as well, and that all of her kids are sad and confused about it, that they're very, upset about it. Now, everyone shows up at the party. Cody says that he's glad that everyone is there, but he can't get out of this funk of sadness. He's like, knowing, that Christine is leaving, and that Isabel's going off to college. Everyone's here, everyone's having a good time, but I'm really stuck in this funk of sadness. Now, I'm going to actually do some pre-recorded videos more about this. But Isabel, Mckee, and Tony all sit down to discuss their feelings on Christine leaving Cody. Isabel says that she saw it coming. She's like, I saw it coming. I'm sad about it, but at the same time, I'm really excited that Mom will be able to find someone that really, really, really makes her happy. Hey, Brittany. She's like, I am sad that my mom and dad are getting a divorce. But at the same time, I'm just so happy that my mom will finally be able to find someone that makes her happy. The most interesting part of the RV interaction and later the interaction on Cody Pass is Cody's lack of COVID protocols. At the RV dealership, he can be heard asking if they are wearing masks. I did hear him say something like that about, I thought he said we don't have to wear masks or something along those lines. I'm not really sure. But I do remember hearing him say something. Mckee, she says that she was relieved when her mom told her that she was leaving her dad. She says that they are not happy, they are not in love, so I'm relieved. Oh, Brittany, I hope you're feeling better. Tony then says that he thought that it was inevitable. He says there's no way one man is perfect enough to make 4 women happy. And I'm like, yeah. There's not one woman that is perfect enough to make four men happy, and there's not one man perfect enough to make 4 women happy. It's just impossible. Cody says that he isn't in a good place with his kids, and it's not that he is angry anymore, but he just feels that he never got the respect that he deserves. So sitting at the party, we see like little clips of him where he appears to be having a good time. Then we see clips of him in a confessional where he says that he's not in a good place with his kids, and he doesn't feel like he's as close with his kids, and it's due to him feeling like he never got the respect that he deserved. Obviously, during like the COVID-19, like the really high points of COVID, like when it was bad, because nobody was listening to his rules, basically. In this confessional, I guess like production asked him, like, are you okay? And he says, no, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm here, but I'm in a funk. I'm in a funk of loneliness combined with a bitterness. That's what he says. Now, back at the party, Christine, she announces that they're going to be singing happy birthday. So she gets all the kids off the trampoline and they come over and they sing happy birthday. And they're just kind of having fun at this party. And then we see where I think Christine asked Cody to like break down the pictures. Why don't you go over the pictures and when they were taken and everything? This is really just a ploy to keep Isabel occupied, because over here they are setting up for this little karaoke situation where Christine and everyone is gonna essentially sing that song from The Hills, The Rest Is Still Unwritten. I actually was gonna look up the title of that because I forgot what the title. Does anybody know what the title of that is? It may be The Rest Is Still Unwritten. Apparently that was, yeah, it's called Unwritten. Okay. Apparently that is a song that Isabel really likes, and it makes a lot of sense considering that she is about to move off to go to college, and you know. So Bree is like playing the guitar, and one of the other sisters is singing. Christine is singing, and Isabel is like looking at the pictures, and then they start playing, and she like turns around, and it's just so she's so shocked, you know, to see. She's like, no, oh my goodness, and she starts crying as her mom and everyone starts singing. And at one point, it literally looks like everyone is singing, like Robin's singing, Cody's singing, Christine's singing. Janelle even says, I practiced for this song. Like, I legit been practicing for like a week, you know, making sure I knew all the lyrics and everything. So she was really surprised by everyone singing. It was a really good birthday. It was a really good graduation party where everyone had a great time. Um, Robin says in a confessional, um, Robin says in a confessional that she wonders how Christine could leave the family. She's like, look at this. Look at how well everyone is getting along. Look at like the fun that we're having. So I just don't understand how she could leave the family. She says it's strange. We are in this moment having a nice time. How is it wrong? Why isn't it worth fighting for? Worth staying for? That's the way I would look at it. I wish this could make Christine say, this is worth fighting for. So that's what Robin says. Mary, she says, I look at days like this when we sit the crap to the side and have a great time. Why can't we work on things? We are not doing justice to our family or the little ones that need the security and the stability of a family. She says, I'm devoted, but I'm not sure everyone else is. That's what Mary says. So they're basically looking at this one moment, which is a party where normally everyone is going to have a great time. They're taking this one moment and saying, look at this. We're having a great time. Why can't Christine just sit the fact that she will never be in a love, she will have to stay in a loveless marriage. Oh, thank you, Destiny. I know, that's what I thought of. That's what I thought when Robin was saying that. I was like, Robin, why didn't you fight for your first marriage? You know? Why didn't you fight for yours first? You literally had 2 kids, 3 kids by this man, and you didn't fight for that first marriage. So calm down, little woman, and let Christine decide what she wants to do. But one moment in time, everybody can have one good moment. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can have one good moment. I mean, my grandpa passed away the other day. Paris and Caden's dad went to my grandma's house to show his respect, pay his condolences, and me and the kids were there. I mean, we didn't really interact or whatever, but I mean, you know, I wasn't like, oh, we got along, yeah, we can make it work. No, like everybody can have at parties or when there's a gathering for something, everybody can get along. You know, it doesn't mean that one person should stay in a marriage where they are completely unhappy. They're not getting any affection, any love, just for that one moment. Like, no. That is guilt tripping. It's also like manipulation and kind of gaslighting, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Janelle, she says it feels like there are storms brewing in the family. She says, I don't know what it means, but I don't think we will see very many days like this. Christine says that she could tell that Cody is sad, and she believes that he is realizing that he didn't spend enough time with Isabel, with the kids, and that it is sad. Like they're leaving now. She says it's kind of bittersweet because I can tell that he's sad, and I think that it's because he's realizing that he did not spend enough time with the kids, especially Isabel, who's about to move, you know, to go to college. Cody says that the evening was wonderful and went off without a hitch, but he is just blue. Oh, thank you, Trisha. Thank you, Mimi's blessings. Robin doesn't get that she is in an intimate relationship while Christine isn't. Exactly. And it's even sadder that Mary would say that. Like, my thing is like, Mary, you can make that decision to stay in a marriage where you get no affection and it's basically like you're not married, but you just because someone else decides not to go through that doesn't mean that they're not good people or like, oh, I'm devoted. Some people just aren't. Okay, and that's okay. She was devoted for many, many years, you know, and not getting any affection. Cody kept calling Janelle's new RV theirs as if Janelle didn't buy it with her money. And it's not like he's ever going to live in it. That's true. That's true. Mary, stay in your lane, Mary. I like you, Mary. I like you, Mary. Stay in your lane. So anyways, yeah, he says that it went off without a hitch. It was a wonderful evening, but he is just blue. He says he wishes that Christine wouldn't leave. He wishes that Isabel would stay there for college, and he is struggling with a lot of emotions. That's what he said. He said Christine leaving has made him question his faith. It's made him question polygamy. He says the message that we had to the world about functional polygamy seems so dysfunctional now. Oh, that's what he said. Okay. Hey, Elle, I just checked. They get out of the truck, and Cody's exact words are, I don't think anyone's wearing a mask anymore, while Janelle has a mask in her hand. Very interesting. That is very interesting. Because even at the meetings with the other people, like, they weren't masked. Christine tells Cody, okay, so that's the end of that episode. It ends with him saying, the whole message we had to the world about how functional polygamy can be seems to be so dysfunctional now. Then we see a clip for next week's episode, and it's going to be a good one. Christine tells Cody that she needs to tell Truly that she is leaving, and Cody's essentially like, I'm not good with that. I don't want you to tell her. I don't want you to tell her. But the thing is she has to tell her eventually. We also see that Cody says that he does not want to live in the RV with Janelle. He basically says, I don't think I should be punished for your mistakes. like she's made a mistake to get this RV. He's like, I don't think I should be punished for your mistakes, so I don't want to live in the RV. Then we see Christine tell the camera that she was on a phone call with Mckee talking about her and Cody's separation and her moving back to Utah, and she turns around and she sees a little Truly standing there listening to everything that she just said. And obviously that's when she had to have the discussion with Truly that she was leaving her dad. She was crying. She said it was really difficult. And that's got to be the hardest thing. Is like, obviously she knew she was planning on telling Truly. Like, she was going to tell her, obviously. But she didn't really get to sit her down and tell her. She was on the phone with Mckee, and Truly walks in and overhears, which is really sad. So that's next week's episode. We're going to obviously do a recap on that one too. And next Monday, I do my recaps every Monday around this time. Also, I have a few short videos that I'm going to make just kind of directly off this video. I'm going to talk about the kids, giving their opinions about how they were happy that their, mom was leaving their dad. Also, I have a video that I'm going to do about a daycare where the worker at the daycare was wearing a scream mask and screaming in these little babies' faces and scaring them. That'll be today as well. And then a few things we're going to do today. I'm really trying to get, my views back up. YouTube is not doing me any favors. But anyways, you guys, what did you guys think about the episode? I enjoyed it. It kind of was, I don't know, I feel like it was like all over the place, but it did kind of come together at the end. It made sense at the end, like Christine's about to leave. It's the last family gathering they're going to have. And it really brought the other women out to say, well, look, we're having a great time. Why does she got to leave? I'm going to have my next member stream tonight. That'll be tonight at about 8:30, 9 o'clock Central Time. I'll schedule it. Now, my boys do have football. Tonight, but I'll probably come home a little bit early so we can go ahead and get started on this. Also, you guys, I kind of started reading ahead in this book, and you guys, this book gets wild. Jeanette McCurdy, I'm glad my mom died. I view Jeanette McCurdy as like iCarly, Sam and Cat, little tweeny bop, and she is talking about some really dirty deeds in this book. So I don't know how I'm going to read it, but I'm going to. But anyways, you guys, what did you guys think about the episode? I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. It's clear that we are back in like early 2021, possibly even 2020. I know, Amber, like, you really can't say a whole lot. Yeah, and I like Mary. I do. And I wish Mary would make the decision to leave. I really wish she would, because I think she deserves that more than anything. I feel like she deserves to have a happy life and find that person that's going to put her on a pedestal and treat her right and she can be happy with. I mean, she lives a pretty exciting life as far as like her traveling and things like that. But could you imagine how much greater it would be if she had like that special someone that she could take with her, that they could travel together? Like it would be awesome. Um, so yeah, this episode, do I think Cody feels bad that Christina's leaving? Possibly. What just happened? Oh, I think he probably does, but maybe not for the same reasons that we're thinking. Um, because if he had any love for her, as far as like being in love with her, it wouldn't have went the way that it did. I think he's having some feelings because it's just going to be a change. A change that he did not call for. You know? So yeah. And then obviously the kids are going to be gone, and, so. I have to listen to the other reading that you did on the book. I actually downloaded, someone in the Discord posted a link where you can download and listen to her read it, and I think that's what we're going to do, because I don't know if I can read some of these words in here, you guys. Cody, I feel bad he got dumped. His ego is bruised. See, it's something like that for me. Yeah, I'm thinking like it's more along the lines of he didn't choose this, and it's something he's not in control of, and maybe that's why he struggles. I'm a second behind on the book. You're behind on the book? I really think I'm gonna start playing the audio, because y'all, it's when I read some of this, little Jeanette McCurdy talking about, I was like, no. Yes, it's crazy. I mean, she's literally, that little tweeny bop image I had of her is gone. That's okay. She's 30 something, I think. So I mean, you know. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Next recap, obviously, we'll do it, next Monday. I'm gonna try to do it earlier than this. I was able to get Disney Plus, where you can watch it like earlier. So I do want to try to start doing recaps earlier. I love the audio. I'm lazy. Same. Oh no, you don't. I love watching you squirm when you say the grown-up words. It's bad. It's bad stuff. Like, it's bad. Like sexual words, like doing sexual acts. But anyways, you guys leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are watching on replay, please leave a comment in the description box below. Even if you don't have a comment to leave, just comment and say, leaving a comment for algorithm, or just leave a comment with a thumbs up. That really helps. And for some reason, YouTube is just not promoting my channel right now. They're really trying to like make me get a real job. This is a lot of work. This is a real job. But I'm saying YouTube is like, get off YouTube and go work at a more stable job, because this ain't it, sis. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't know what YouTube, I don't know why, but they really are not promoting me. My videos are not getting, people are not getting the notifications. So in turn, people are not watching like normal. So you guys, if you don't mind, do everything you can to, help me out. If you guys are in Sister Wives, yes, the grown-up, little Jeanette McCurdy, little Sam Puckett is doing the grown-up in the book. But if you guys are in like Sister Wives groups on like Facebook or something, and you want to share this in there, please feel free to. I think you can. I just think the creator is not supposed to. So you guys feel free. I don't think I can. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share it on your social media accounts, on your Twitter, whatever, if you guys don't mind, if you are okay with doing that. But yeah, I'll see you guys back here in just a little bit. Also, you guys, the daycare situation is crazy. These women literally put on the screen mask and got in the faces of like little 2-year-old kids. These kids were so scared, they were literally shaking. They were so scared. And the woman would scream in their face and touch them and everything. probably gave these little babies PTSD. It was terrible. We're going to cover that as well. You guys leave your thoughts, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.